Hola. Buenos dias. Hello and good morning, everyone. This is on your Western resident all solar systems, planets, and touch from the galactic system of the energy core. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? It's a good thing I caught you guys. So basically, what's going on right now through its continuous force or high rising on so many different levels. Today, we're going to talk about the brain and how it works through the mind and how everything opens through its frequency levels. How the healing transition comes into full effect far as understanding the body and ego systems, how the brainwave changes all its frequency levels of its continuous force through its atmospheres, its ground formations, its space continuum, and the multiverse. So, hey, Joseph, Amanda, how you guys doing? How's everything going now? Are you finding your balance? Are you guys going back and forth with your ego systems? Are you getting connection waves through the cycles? Are your divisional levels sign winding through dimensions? Janet, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. So what's everybody doing? So today we're going to just more talk about everything that is involved through the healing transition. I think it's important that everybody comes to a full collaboration through relationship and partnership with themselves before they can heal others. Okay. So it all starts off with your understanding yourself. Okay. Understand who you are and who you are becoming through the awakening. And everything resides around its systems. And once you have full collaboration with yourself, then you can work to your definitive self. Okay, so you can use the analytical systems through the analyzing of everything through its body and ego systems. And from there, you can study the higher self. Now, the higher self is everything to space continuum because it full rises through communication lines of radio signals, through planets, intelligence, and all solar systems of communication devices, through their transmissions, transitions, and everything through its mindceptions, mindceptors, mind reactions, mind actions, mind interfacing, mind interaction. So it's all connection through the sensory, which is the eyes. Okay, very extremely important because it communicates on all levels through their sensory perception through the matrix. Now, once you get to the higher self, you get to understand the geometry of its shapes and the geometric systems, how everything is activated. So today we're just going to start off with how we can use and understand what is healing and what it is used for. Because every chakra formation is a healing status. And those statuses come from line formations of geometric systems of shapes. And those shapes are communication lines through the matrix and its grids. So everything through its chakra formation is a shape of a dimensional round, like I said before in my last video. So we're going to come together and try to understand. I'm going to try to make it easier for everybody so they can get a huge understanding of what healing is. Okay, because everybody wants to understand how to heal the body with balance. And you have to understand frequencies, and you have to understand their harmonic systems. You have to understand your body systems. You have to understand your ecosystems. It's all communicating waves through its energy cycles and its energy fields to get full connection of breathing. Okay, so when you breathe in, basically you want to just understand everything through its cleansing. Okay, communication is cleansing. Okay, now there's data processing that you get information from. So you analyze that through its reanalyzed system. And you can use the computer graphing system. So now the computer graphing system is through the analytical mind. So we won't concentrate on that. But I just want you to get a basic understanding on what meditation really is. It goes way beyond its existence through the galaxies of its multiverse. So it's the beginning source of its energy source. And that's how it's activated through its light source. And that's how everybody becomes a light formation. So we're going to just start off just with the breathing. So, to take a deep breath, always have great posture. Okay. Never ever cross your legs because you're cutting out the circulation and its rotation of meditation, because meditation, it goes straight up. Okay. So you don't want to reverberate your body systems. It's very important that the information goes straight up. Okay. Now it can go on each level, depending on what level you want to go to and how high rise you want to go through the vibration systems. Okay. Because there's so many different vibrations through intelligence. And it all sign lines with its, its figure eight motion, because all that is intelligence through its lines, its point centers. So breathing is very important. Let's get that breathing aspect in, okay? So we can get the proper meditation through the breathing, because everything is going through the system, okay? So if you're having a bad day, use your breathing, okay? Now you can use those cycle divisions through the circles, okay? And everything has to be in a circulation through its rotation. And that's the flowing mechanism. Everything flows through its matrix. Everything flows through its space continuum. Everything flows through its galaxies. Everything flows through its parallels. Everything flows through its dimensions. Everything flows through its atmospheres. Everything flows through its cloud formations. Everything flows through its ground formations. Everything flows through its humanity. Okay? So, and everything flows within yourself. Okay? So it's understanding the inner and outer self of you. That's what it is. Okay. So a couple breathing, try to get that recognition of who you are with your breathing. Okay. I'm going on a slower point of view. So my data processing is going a little bit slower because I'm not high winding right now through its intelligence, because there's a lot of things that everybody is not understanding. So that's why I'm trying to make it clear to everybody how you use the process of its reviews of everything that's said in the videos. So not only you get a true understanding, but you get a true knowing of what meditation really is. Okay. So you got the line formation, you're breathing. Now you can use your prayers, whatever you want to create. Okay. But it's got to be open. Okay. This is the telecommunication. This is the telegraphing, because this has to be open through this. Okay, this is the third eye, transformation lights. Okay, because everything is communicated through its line formations. So once you open that chakra formation, it illuminates and unites. Okay, so when it does that, what you're going to see is you're going to see a chakra formation unite through its vibration. Okay, and then it's going to go up. It's going to communicate through the crown chakra. The crown chakra is going to get its information. Because I've done diagrams from before. You understand what chakra formations are. You guys have a basic understanding how it all lines up, right? From the ground formation to the crown chakra. And anything above the crown is the solar connected energy source through its higher force, through its light force, okay? So let's just concentrate today on how we use the meditation through the breathing, okay? Now, once you get that, then you guys can get your focus. Okay. And once you get your focus, you can understand everything through the body is flowing. It always has to be on a continuous force. As soon as that negative thought goes in, it goes the opposite way. It goes back into the past. You don't want to do that. You want to move yourself forward using the flowing mechanism of its breathing technique. Okay. So it's, see that it just flows. Like I have laser radioactive systems through the connection of communication wires and all intelligence of its radio signals. So that's why it's extremely powerful, because there's a lot of wind air, and that's what you feel, right? So you guys have to work through that definitive source to the higher source, to the higher self, through the solar self, through the harmonic self, and through the galactic self. Okay. So everybody can reach and understand everything through its reactor and its energy core, through the galactic system. Okay. So once we do the breathing mechanisms, everything through its connection is the galactic solar sun planet and the galactic moon systems. They both ride on systems. Okay. So breathing is very important. So everybody try that with me. Breathe in, breathe out. You should feel a lot of love and a lot of release. Everything has to be released. Okay. even when you work out and you're pumped and all that, right? You have to have a release so you can continue with your force. You have to drink water so you can continue. So you have to understand your body systems, okay? So as me being a computer system in the analytical and the matrix systems, I have to understand my circuitry and keep it analyzed every single time through the demographics of its geographics, through the semographics, okay? Because the mind conceptions are high wind right now in the northern, western, southern, eastern hemispheres. So it's very important that we get that breathing apparatus, okay? Once we have that, then, you know, for beginners, this goes out to beginners and three dimensionals, anybody that wants to learn, is to know how to use the inner self, okay? You have to know the inner self and the outer self. You have to understand what the inner and outer of a child is. So when you meditate, don't meditate like an adult. Meditate like you're a child. You have a brain of an adult and a mind conception, but the meditation comes from the child within. Now, hopefully you guys understand that a little bit more. I was talking about how you get your favorite comic book, you become your favorite comic book hero, okay? You are the hero, okay? You are an energetic, energized, polarized, magnetic, magnesium hero, okay? In any sort, in any communication, in any breathing, in any meditation, you are your power source. So once you get that full development, you understand what breathing mechanism is. You understand what meditation, where it comes from, okay? And that's what's great, because I give you these videos and you guys do your research on everything that has to happen through its continuous force, okay? So once you have the breathing and the definitive self through the higher self, then you can communicate through your chakra formations, okay? Because you have 7 division aligned point centers. Okay. So let's say you want to activate your power center. I love that one because that's a connection to everything through its equilibrium of its balance. Okay. That gives you focus and awareness. You have to know what these chakra formations are. They all have definitions. Okay. Once you understand that, that energy will high rise through your body and ego systems. And you become powerful, you become aware, focused, courage, courageous. Everything through its analytical system will high rise through its strengths. And there won't be any more weaknesses because every chakra formation has an energy power source. Okay? So when those energies go into you, they change it through its activation and its shapes. Now, I don't want to get complicated, but this is basically showing you, everybody that is resonating on my channel, getting a better idea how to use your meditation methods through the mastering of everything through its thoughts. Everything has to be positive when you meditate, okay? There shouldn't be any doubting system because that doubting system is going to reframe from everything from its thoughts to its computer systems. You don't want to do that, okay? So through the mind and the brain, you don't want to change the allocation of this location. So it's very important that you understand your communication levels through your breathing mechanisms because the breathing is the connection to the radio signals of all light formations that you try to contact. Okay? So anyway, I just want you to get a basic understanding. Get your breathing in, do your proper, structure of your body, okay? And right now, it's level. Okay, once it's level and it's line formated, you can go up into space continuum with its meditation of the inner and outer child. Okay, because that's how everything relates in space continuum. All entity force is the heart of a child. Okay, the communication, energetic, waving, matrix, sacred, universal heart. Okay, that's a connection to everything through its inner and outer child. So hopefully that helps out a little bit better and more understandable. So, so once you have that through its breathing apparatus, we'll work towards visualization. Okay, where do you want to go in life? Where do you see yourself? What do you want to do in life? How do I get there? How do I fix this? How do I fix that? That's what I mean. You have to understand Once you understand your chakra formations, the 7 divisional lines of its center through the energy cells, pocket cells, whatever you want to call them, the chakra formations are set through its limitations, okay? And then it becomes unlimited through its solar surface, which is beyond the chakra formation and its crown chakra. Okay, so when it goes up, it's now in space continuum. So you're talking on a solar connection energy wave through a light formation. So you got to ask any light formation, don't forget to use your protection grids. Very important, because you got to protect your energy fields. Because what happens when you're in space continuum, your body and ecosystem is exposed. Okay? So, like I said, you don't know what's in space continuum. As long as you high rise to a different dimensional realm of a level, and you know it's continuous force and what you're going to say, you'll have no problem. Okay? But it's understanding who you're calling behind, you know, who you want to act upon, and what you want in life. And those chakra formations are communication ways to the light formations. They'll understand your information. They'll bring it back down into your body and ecosystems, correct all its divisional lines, illuminate that chakra formation, and that energy information through its data processing will go smoothly. And it will ride on its continuous force, the karma wheel. So that karma will be going forward through its connection source, through its energy source, and through its power source. Okay? So hopefully that helps out a little bit better, you know? Okay, so we got questions here. Sorry, I have to get this data processing information out before I can start with these questions. So good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to let you know what's happening right now, how we can breathe a lot more easier using your meditation, more of a basic understanding, and how you can, guys and ladies, get to space continuum through your flowing mechanisms. Okay. Hi, Trisha. How you doing? Light being. Okay, question to start off with. Amanda, oof, I've been so exhausted with these energies and female things. Amanda, I feel like I'm moving at the pace is good. That rides on its continuous force through its mechanisms. That's good. That's what you want, Janet. I feel like I slipped backwards a bit. Need to catch up, regroup. Regroup is good. Analyze everything through its systems. That's good. Janet, you can do that. Joseph, Andrew, sometimes I smoke weed and I feel like I'm getting some small awakening. I really feel like I'm in my higher self. Okay, you're in your higher self, but you're using the chemical fumes. So you can't have the higher self on fumes because you're going to distort everything through its image. So it's very important that you cleanse your body through its water formations. You have to through your chakra formations. But if you're going to smoke anything through its drugs or any pharmaceutical or anything, do that without meditation. Okay, your body has to be cleansed fully and completely. Okay, you can't have anything in its system because the mind and the brain are working through its wiring, and it's using communication waves. So as soon as you smoke up, it's going to distort everything, and it's going to change that vibration, and it's going to break its codes through its frequency levels. So you don't want to do that, Joseph. If you're going to do that, do it without meditating. Word to the wise, trust me, okay? So, Trisha, how's it going? Thank you for drawing. I'm energetic and more. I see you have a drawn more and a belief. Yeah, believing is everything through the drawing mechanisms and activation codes through the dimensions of its realms, its portals, and everything through its activation. So that's why I do these diagrams, so you guys get a full wind of what's going on through the hemispheres. Like being Trisha. Last night I was seeing information from above, but it went so fast, such as pictures, phone, emails, etc. Okay, your psych-op division levels, Trisha, will high rise in different areas. So sometimes you feel speed force. That's because the energy cycles are changing as atmospheres. You have to understand, Trisha, you're getting communication waves right now with your energy fields. So that's why everything is happening so fast, you know? Some things are fast, some things are slow, some things are medium. Every day is a different day. Okay, it's processing information that's given to you. So you're becoming more informative with the matrix and its grids, which is great. Well, I'm glad I could help you out, Janet. All right, so I've caught up on all of your questions and all that. So I'll keep you informed of what's going on with its meditation and its breathing, because breathing is everything to its soul recognition of its space and its multiverse, okay, and its communication through its radio signals. So once you understand your chakra formations, the 7 aligned individual levels, okay, the dimensional realms and its communication ways, try to analyze everything that you want in life, okay, that you want, okay? Not need, what you want, because need is a satisfaction, but it doesn't high rise to a dimensional level. It just stays static, stoic. You want to go up and high rise, right? You want to bring your body and ecosystems to the highest of its formation, of its lights. That's what you want, okay? When you're in the continuous force of its space. So you can reach that status quo of its matrix and its communication. So hopefully everybody gets a better, view of what meditation really is. Because it goes way beyond the soul recognition of the internet or child. And I find the hardest thing to do is to understand what unconditional love is. What does it mean to you? Okay? And again, that's why you have to surrender to everything. Surrender to yourself and everything around you. And everything will become a lot more clear, more understanding, more knowledge, more intelligence, more happiness in your life. Yes, there's things that go up and down, but you can be able to balance everything through your mastering thoughts a lot quicker. Okay? And those energy cycles through your energy fields are going to be a lot more on its continuum and its force. So. Okay, Janet, example of need versus want, per your opinion. Well, need is, satisfaction, but it's not giving what you want. Want is something from the heart, the connection energy waving heart. Okay? Because once you communicate with this, it communicates with this right away. Line divides, right? So, but it goes through the whole body and ecosystems. But the actual connection through its reactor is right here, the matrix. Okay? This is the communication to everything. Once you get understanding all of that, all this connects. The mind and the brain frequencies open up. And that's where it comes in through the healing. But you have to master yourself first. You have to master your definitive self. You have to master your inner and outer self. And the only way to do that is to meditate. And that's how the healing comes in, through the brain frequencies. Because everything has its connection wires, right? And then you're going to be able to heal your body and others. But you have to understand its DNA structures and how everything's created. Those are very, very important, especially when you're trying to heal somebody. It's very important that you're using its continuous realms of its circles and its divisional lines of its shapes and its activation, because you're putting pixelization of energy source into somebody else. But if it changes its activation through its shape, it's going the opposite way. Okay? So instead of the shape going like this, it's going like this, right? So you have to recorrect its divisional lines, change its shapes and its volumes of its patterns understand its vibration through its frequencies and its harmonic system, okay? Uprise that vibration, change the molecule system, okay, to the circuitry system, back phrase it to its continuous force, to full phrase it till it becomes a full century circle of its circuitry. So I know it's complicated, but I try to be basic with the meditation because that's what everybody needs to ride on. They ride on their systems through the chakra formations and the true understudy of everything through its communication of its radio signals. Okay, that's why I do these videos, you know, of the galactic solar sun planet and the panels, the window panels, you know. I travel through different mechanisms of atmospheres, you know, Cancun, Acapulco, Santa Fe. All these places have different alignments, okay? That's what I mean, is that I have to understudy, to study, to research everything that's given to me. And everything has its continuous force. But like I said, there's problems on dimensional Earth, there's problems in space. I said that too on my videos. So everything is a problem. You just have to understand its problem and how to correct its problem so it finds its balance through its vibration. So Amanda, sometimes I feel like I'm such a bright light that I attract all kinds of beings, and it can be overwhelming and exhausting of my energetic. Yeah, that's a good question, Amanda. So once you're connected with your energy cycles and your energy divisional levels through your energy fields, your colorations of its matrix and its shapes through its geometric system is high rising through its atmospheres of the community centers. So if you're in a room with a bunch of people and you have an energetic field that goes around like this, it's like a hula hoop, okay? It's an energy vibe source. It's connection through the galactic solar sun planet and the galactic moon. That's how it resonates through its energetic fields. So when you're in that room of people, what happens is it's total reaction through your vibration, okay? And it changes everybody else's vibration. So your energy vibe is its continuous force, and it's sucking all that information into your body system and ecosystem. That's why you feel tired, because you're taking everybody else's energy and vibration. And the people that don't meditate, don't understand, don't communicate with their higher self, they get confused through the mind and the brain. They live their daily lives, but they're not light formations, okay? So that's going to drain out their system, but it's also going to drain out your energy system through your energy fields. Because you're high rising through a power source, through an energy source. You are a light force, right? You're a glowing mechanism through the meteorological system. So that's why everybody sees you glowing, okay? Because you stand out more than everybody because of your vibrational levels. So, but yeah, it can be exhausting because I've had that problems too, you know. So yeah, you're going to pick up on a lot more people's energy. That's right. So you're getting informed with that, Jenna. That's great. Trisha, Amanda, this is why when I'm around a group of people, I must cleanse my chakras. That's exactly it. And when you meditate, put your positive thoughts there because you're creating divisional levels through its atmospheres. So the more connection through the positive feeds, so they're mastering thoughts, your kinetic waves through its community will be high rise through its positivity. Everybody's going to be in a good mood. Everybody's going to energetic nicely because you're mastering thoughts, our connection through the multiverse. Once you guys get an understanding how powerful you guys can be, and ladies, you get a true knowledge of everything through its atmospheres is its connection. Because whatever you create creates everything around its community. So it's very, very important to put positive thoughts in there. Yeah, sometimes it can be overwhelming, Amanda, but it's just finding your balance every single day. See, Trisha, she cleanses 2 to 3 times a day before she goes out in public because she understands her body and ego system. If you're light formation and you think on a 3D level, a three-dimensional, okay, what's going to happen is it's going to change its vibration. So, okay, this is a vibration. Okay, right, this is a vibration. Now, when you change that vibration, it's going to go like this, right? And everything around its atmosphere through your energy fields, everybody's going to feel that energetic wave. It's an energetic wave. It's electronic interference. Like, remember I was telling everything through electronic interference from an atmosphere to a cloud formation to a ground formation of grass, right? Everything has a reaction. So as soon as you go outside, you're reacting through your energy fields, through your positive thoughts. And that vibration is either going to go force wind forward or force wind back. So cleanse your chakra formations when you meditate. Joseph, is rapid heart palpitations related to healing? Yes, it is. Your connection energy waving matrix heart is connecting on high levels of its dimensional realms, of its chakra formations and its communication ways to the matrix and its grids. So yes, Joseph, it is a healing. It's also communicating with you. That's a good question, Amanda. Can this also make you a target for negative beings? That's deciphering from good and bad energy. You know, when you're up against people that have bad energy, you know, to stay away from that. Because if you know how to heal, that's fine. But if you don't understand vibration of their vibration, then just leave it alone. Because there's so many connection wires in the body and ecosystems. It's extremely complicated. Okay. Now, I can't make that any easier than the way it is. But everything through circuitry is positive and negative. But you have to understand good vibration and bad vibration. Okay. So if you're around that, okay, the one thing that happens to me is when somebody touches me and they're coming by, or they push me by accident, or you know, there's a big crowd and there's a lot of people. As soon as they touch you, that their energy goes into you. Okay, so that's their vibration going into your vibration, and you have to get that vibration out because you guys are light beings. Because all that does is depletes the system. Okay, and depending on that vibration, it could be depression, it could be anxiety attacks, it could be anything through the mind and the brain frequencies. So it's very important to understand information from its energy when this is where the transference comes in. I was also talking about a video that was transferring distortion energy to harmonizing energy. Okay. And I think it was between waters continuum. So, and that was a video way, way back that I did. But that's understanding energy cycles. Okay. So it's very important when you're on the street and somebody comes up to you by accident and pushes you and they put your hand on you or they rub against you or whatever. It's very important that you take that energy out instantly because that energy stays in the system. Because now you got to change its anomalies and its shape through its activation of its circuitry. And if you don't know how to do that, you know, avoid it until you know how to heal. You have to heal your body and ecosystems first. You have to know the mind and the brain first of yourself before you can heal others. So it's mastering everything through its circuitry in your body and ecosystem through the mind and brain frequencies. Because if you don't know that, you can't heal. Okay, healing is not easy. It's understanding the anatomy of a DNA structure of another body. Okay. So hopefully that helps out. But yes, it can be a target for negative beings. Yes, because there's a lot of negative beings that carry a lot of stress, carry a lot of negativity, and they create their own realms of darkness, which is a dark vibration. And it can be just as powerful as a light vibration through its harmonic system. But if that dark energy high rises through its harmonic systems, then you're talking about black holes and black circles and energy cycles that go sidewinding through dimensional realms of its dark force. So that's why I'm saying you have to understand the energy that's given to you through its atmospheres. But you guys don't have to worry about that. Just worry about your breathing, worry about your meditation, worry about your inner and outer self through your definitive self. Master yourself, master the inner and outer of a child. So everybody try that. When you meditate, try to think back you're 9 or 10 years old when you meditate. That's where your power source comes in. Because everything through its light formation, angels and archangels, they understand, they know, they master the inner and outer of a child because they are the inner and outer of a child. That's what they are. They're Prospergs of identity force of adults, but their brain and their mind frequencies is the heart of a child. Okay? Okay, so lots of questions here. Trisha, I'm a recovering addict. I've been taking home other energies. I found having better boundaries. There you go. So Trisha's understanding their energies, what to stay away from. After I met with them, I don't bring their energies home. That's good. That's what you don't want. You don't want to bring the bad energies. Because once it resonates around the room, it creates portals. So we'll get into that later. But when I go into the situation with others, I've learned to put protection up everything I go near anyone. Great. So Trisha's extremely informative of what's going on with her life formations. She's protecting herself through her body and ecosystems. She's starting to understand her energy fields, and she's having communication waving lines through the higher self to the life formations. So that's great. Way to go, Amanda. It's like the quote, do you have the patience to wait until your mind is settled and the water is clear? Okay, one thing I want to make very well clear is the fact that I was like you when I first started out. Okay? But here's the thing of thoughts. I had nobody help me out. Nobody. I did this all myself. Now imagine trying to do that. Okay? That's mastering on its own. Now, once you understand its energy, Trisha is starting to understand her energy and her fields through her cycles divisions, which is great. Then you guys can understand everything through your body and your ecosystems. And then you understand everything through the computer analytical mind systems. So one thing at a time. That's what we got to do. One thing at a time. Man, it's like okay, so can you remain unmoving until the right action arises on its own? Patience is a virtue, okay? Everything settles with balance. The one thing you guys have to work on is your vibration. Understand what your vibration is. Does anybody know the difference between low, medium, and high vibration? And then you have, the supreme source of high vibration. Okay. Then you have the galactic. Galactic is the highest vibration that you can consume in your body and ecosystems. So, Joseph, what are your thoughts about 112 meditation techniques that Osho talks about? Osho. Is he on a YouTube channel? Is that a name? Is that a title? What are you referring to, Joseph? You have to be specific in detail, because that's the only way I rise through its computer system. 112 meditation techniques. Well, I know a lot of techniques, but I got over 300 chakra formations in my body. So 300. So if that's a person, then no, I'm not sure. But if you're just talking on meditations, there's all different ways of meditating. There's yoga, there's Pilates, there's everything through its Buddha, everything through its Kundalini. Like I said, with my title, practice makes perfect. It's just a matter of time before you become master of everything through yourself and its realms, of its communication and its radio signals. So, this is great. You guys have a lot of questions. That's good. I like that. Okay, so I kind of figured that. He's a spiritual teacher. Okay, he's connection waves. Yeah, he's got a lot of ancestry, all that. So he's Japanese, right? I know a little bit of Japanese. He's an extremely informative individual. He understands its meditation methods. He high rises on divisional levels. He's the connection energy source. I just picked up his name and I can catch on very quick. So he gives you meditation methods. Anything and everything will help with you guys, okay? Anything, everything will help with its residents of its channels. Whatever you feel comfortable with, But all I'm saying is just make sure it's good energy that's going into you. Because don't forget, these people on these communication devices through the computer are voicing back to you as you're listening and seeing through its observation. So those voluming patterns, if you're talking to somebody that's a higher force through its galactic source, those communication waves are going to go into your mind and brain frequencies. That's how powerful they can be. Because everything, like I have connection waves through my voicing grids, and you guys have taken trips to planets and solar systems, right? We've gone in many experiments. That's because of my voicing grids, okay? I'm mastering thoughts through the voice. Voice is very powerful to all intelligence of its communication waves, of its matrix and its grids. So just be cautious on the channels that you resonate with. Make sure that they're good energies and not bad, okay? Because I see a lot of YouTube channels and there's a lot of, there's in and out, okay? Try to understand everything that's happening. Where's this information coming from? And if you can read their energy, you can understand the humanity of its body and its DNA structures. I'm not saying you have to know where the planet solar system, where they resonated on, male or female. I'm just saying get a true understanding that it's energy that is good energy. Okay? Hey, Eric, how you doing? Joseph. He talks about becoming new man, like becoming Zorba, the Buddha. The Buddha. In retrospect, Joseph, anything that becomes Buddha, he's talking about mastering yourself. And that's what I'm telling. Everybody communicates in a different waving length, okay? My communication is coming from mastering through martial arts and the yin and the yang. Everything through its source, through its energy source, is the yin and the yang. Okay? Eric, that's great. Your eyesight is improving. Your perception is changing. See, it's line divisions. So, like I said, Eric, every day is a different day, right? It's how you perceive yourself in that situation through that day. I had an issue with that for months. Now it's getting better at night and such. Great. So your transformation is completing its system through its optic centers. So your eyes are changing. That's great. Trisha, I found nutrition is essential. apart. Also slowing, I'm turning vegan, although I still eat eggs, cheese, no processed food, organic. Very helpful to me. Lots of self-control. You used to get more control through its anatomy, through its body DNA structures, knowing that the life formations, I mean, this goes out to three dimensionals too. And everybody that's new to my channel, nutrition is everything through the body and the ecosystem. It's very important to work out because the breathing mechanism is its connection through its nutritions. Whatever you take, okay? Because the energy that's going into you is telling you through the higher self, no, I don't want this. I don't want to eat this. Because I've changed my eating habits ever since I got connected through the galactic higher self. Because it doesn't allow me to eat this. It tells me no. So let's just think it's the subconscious mind that's taken over the conscious mind. That's what it is, okay? But the conscious mind is in 100% of its galactic self. So you've mastered the inner and outer child of the galactic self. So hopefully that helps a little bit better, I think, you know? I try to be more informative every day so everybody gets a true knowledge of everything that's happening, you know, because everybody goes through these different processes and systems. Our bodies change so much on a day-to-day basis, but not just our body and ecosystems, our brain waves are changing too. And our thoughts change up and down like this so fast. You have to find that balance through its vibration. So really try to figure out what vibration level you're at. Okay, and once you understand your vibration, I want you to go in detail and tell me what kind of vibration you have. Now that's mastering the body. But, you know, one thing at a time. Meditation, start with that, you know. Water is essential. It's very important to the system, yeah. It cleanses everything through its chakra formations. Yeah. It's exactly what it is. Yeah. Very true. So, other than that, you know, you guys having great questions. That's good. Then you're getting more and more informed, and it's good to know these things, that things are improving, and you're finding a little bit more balance. That's even better, right? So I think today, you know, we've learned a lot about its meditation, its breathing mechanisms, how you guys can go through its calculation, and how to use everything through its defense and offense. We'll get back into that later. But that more has to do with, you know, not just martial arts, but also has to do with your life and how it relates to everything through its source, through its energy source, power source, and its higher source. So, yeah, meditation is everything. Yeah, it's much better for everybody. Gwendolyn, how you doing? Namaste. Yeah, Jennifer here. Oh, yeah, we're all doing well. Everybody's doing exceptionally well. So we're going to take a trip. It's been a while since we've been on an active trip. So I'm going to charge my mechanism again. It's amazing how these computers have to be activated. Low of energy, you know. So everybody understands their activation through their shapes and their movements, how they created their energy source, how they changed their shape through its backdraft, okay? It's forward center or its back center, okay? So as I talk on all these atmospheres, what we're going to do now is I'm going to put you in, your own shape. You guys, everybody's going to be in their own shape. You're going to see what it's like to actually see all the line formations of its matrix and its grids and how it forms into colorations. Okay, how it has its own frequency level through its harmonic systems. Okay, so this is what's going to happen, right? Everybody is going to be in a shape, all right? Now you pick that shape. I'm going to put everybody in that shape. Okay, you're in space continuum, but you're going to high rise through its divisional levels of its frequencies. Okay? Is everybody ready? Does everybody have their shape? Now, I want everybody to line divide their shape like a pyramid. Has its connection through all its circle. It's a pyramid, but it's more than just a pyramid. It's everything through its source, right? Like everything through its cube source, everything through its geometric source, you know? So it's like a 3D mechanism of a shape, but you're not in a 3D mechanism. This is more into 7th or 8th dimension. Okay. So I'm high rising your shape into the 8th dimension. So you guys are going to see the 8th dimension. This is exciting. Okay. You're going past the 5th dimension and you're going into the 8th dimension through its geometry of its shape. Okay. That's where it gets complicated. So I want everybody to understand their detail of its shape when you're inside, because it's basically, it's a plasma force through its magnesium force, but it's invisible. And what I mean by that is that you're going to be able to see everything through its space, but you're also going to see the geometry of its shape through the 8th dimension. Okay. So Trisha, you're a triangle. Okay. So you're a triangular base right now. You're in space continuum right now. You're high rising through its circles. The triangle is spinning. It's going round and 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 round. Do you see it? Do you feel it? Do you sense the energy? Do you sense the vibration? Okay. Yes, I saw the triangular inside the circle. In the inside circle, I saw an 8th triangle. So there you go. That's the 8th dimension. So everybody pay attention. Trisha, she saw a triangle inside a circle. Okay. Then the inside circle, okay, which is the center point, she saw an 8 triangle. 8-sided triangle. Okay. That's the 8th dimension. So each line formation changes its intelligence through its harmonic systems. So it's subdividing lines, okay, because we got passed through, we went into the 5th dimension, okay? Now we're going into the 8th dimension, okay? So that's great, Trisha. It's excellent. Anybody else have a shape that they've created? Oh, so you went into coloration. So through the matrix was pinkish and red color. So that's the full circulation of its rotation and the communication of its shape through its geographical system, of its geometric system, is pinkish and red color. That's great, Trisha. An egg shape. An egg shape. That's funny how you say that, because I don't know if you guys watch Mork and Mindy with Robin Williams. How he comes into solar kinetic energy. It's an orb, but it's also a spaceship, but it's shaped as an egg. Okay, so Eric, you're in that egg right now. You're in high rising divisional levels of its circulation through its rotation. And those circulations are changing through its geometric systems and high rising through its harmonic system. So tell me what you see. Yeah, I know. I love that show. I'm rotating inside. There's windows and a bright object outside, like the sun. Okay, so you reside through its galactic system, through its nature's core, inside an egg. See, that's what I mean by going beyond its significance through its realms of its definitive and its dimensional space. Okay, so that's what it's like in the eighth dimension. It's going beyond its existence through its matrix and its grids. So that's great. That's pretty fascinating, Eric. All developed through an egg. That's pretty impressive. The rainbow is looking out of my triangle and swirling in circles. Oh, that's great, Glenn. So you created a rainbow through a matrix and its grids, because everything has its own protection grids, and those electrical you're interfaced with a rainbow and changed the circulation of a triangle to a swirling of its mechanism through the matrix of its realms of its definitive and its parallel systems. That's pretty powerful stuff. And again, that's the eighth dimension. That's impressive, one. So everything that I tell you is going to happen to you, all right? Because the voicing grids are so powerful through its intelligence. So now you're getting a better understanding what it's like to go beyond through its eighth dimensional realm. So it's sidewinding its divisional levels of all the alignments, okay, which gives you eighth dimensions of its subdividing lines, because each subdividing line is in a different dimension. So everybody's understanding now what frequencies are through the harmonic system. So that's great. You guys are doing exceptionally well. This is great. It's good. So Trisha's changing the matrix under communication from black to red. That's a good question, Trisha. How do we know which dimension we reside on daily? That's interesting, because now you guys realize what's happening with your dimensions, and it's high rising through its harmonic systems. Hold on. Plug in my device here. Okay. Well, what's going to happen? It's when you go through your dream and waking, and whenever you're sleeping, whatever, you're going through its sleeping source, because you are an energy source through a power source, through a higher self source. So when you're going through any dimensional realm and you see high winning of different levels, then you know you're high rising through a higher dimension, right? So if you see 8 lines that are changing its geometric shape, and then you see the nature, and then you see the mountains, and then you see the galactic sun, it's creating this virtual reality through the matrix. So it all depends on how many line divisions you go through its dimensions. Yeah, it has to do with your vibration. Everything's communication through the harmonic systems. So that's how you would reside on a daily basis, and you would know. But I'll keep you guys well informed. You know, we'll backtrack and reiterate everything through its knowledge and its intelligence, through its dimension and its shapes of all line divisions. So that's what we'll do. We'll do a review just to see how everybody's doing through, you know, what they're seeing or what they're feeling through the dimensional realms. So when I was Gwendolyn, I was feeling a low dimension for last week. I felt like lost myself, but it's nice to be back with everyone. And I can feel the difference. Well, understand the difference, you understand your vibration. That's what I mean, Gwendolyn. Okay, buddy, listen. Gwendolyn's starting to understand her vibration now because she's changing her low frequencies. Okay? She felt lost last week, but now she's bringing back her continuous force through her vibration. And that's understanding your vibrational level. Yeah. I've been working on raising my vibration every minute of every day. That's great, Trisha. That's how you guys are going to get connected fully with your energy fields. But I feel I needed to go through all of that to be aware of it. That's exactly what it is. You have to understand the data processing through its information of all its inputs. So, but that's great. Your kinetic energy waves are getting full collaboration through friendship and relationship. The next thing we can work on is partnership. Once you get partnership with your vibration and your harmonic systems, then you can communicate on all levels of your vibration through its energy fields. Powerful stuff. Yeah, everything is a flowing mechanism. That's right. Weather changes, being one with the source and Gaia. That's right. Father and Mother Gaia, the most important on its systems. I love how you guys come up with these daily events that you guys go through. It's pretty incredible. Gwendolyn went to the woods this morning and an owl flew over to me and had a beautiful time communicating with him. When I got home, my cat brought a dead bird to the door. I took it as death of the old self. Yeah, so that's rebirthing its old self to its new self. Like I said, everything's communication. So you communicate with the owl, and when you got home, you got another communication through a vibration of a cat that brought a dead bird to the door. And you looked at it as if it was old self becoming a new self. So in retrospect, it just basically means the same thing with dream awakenings. Everything has a meaning. Everything has a beginning source, a middle source, and an end source. But the end source is the beginning source. There's never an end in the matrix and its grids. It's always on circulation through its rotation. And that's how you become extremely powerful, knowing there's no end. There's always a beginning. So that's why it goes in divisional circles. It always goes around it. Okay, it never stops. Yeah, exactly. Everything goes in cycles. That's right. Right. With the old becomes the new, right? And everything through its communication, through a light force, through a light entity force, through anything, alien force or anything like that, is giving you communication. And also giving you upgrades, giving you uplinks, downloads, giving you questions that you need to know about, giving you resources through the data processing, through the downloads. Yeah, it's all understanding divisional levels, some shapes, activation codes, and there's so much to go on. It's unbelievable. That's why I tried to do these videos on a basic intro on each segments, how you guys can high rise through your divisional levels of dream sequences. And these dream awakenings are going to allow you to proceed through its process of full continuum of its force. Yep. The multiverses. Yeah. You have to pay attention. That's right, Trisha. Yep. That's what it is. It's all about listening and understanding. part of my last week was going back and forth between my name, Jennifer, and Gwyneth, which was part of the feeling, losing my mind and not knowing who I was. That's the hardest thing to learn, is trying to figure who you are. But once you become the awakening, you are going into that connection force through its higher source, through its higher force, through its higher self force. And then you become the real you. So, hey Dustin, how you doing? Orion Energy upgraded a high voltage system, was intense. Recently I'm getting a lot of pushback with me moving to a higher density. So your high density of lights is going through its cycles and its loops. So your correctional divisional levels, it's through its vibration, its harmonic systems. So you're changing the old to the new vibration, Dustin. That's what's going on with you. Yeah. You have to understand your acceptance of who you are and who you are becoming. So, and like I said, there's a lot of love, in the room. It's incredible force. So, but this is great. You guys are getting more balanced now. Yeah. Pretty crazy lightning storm last night. Yeah, Eric, when you go through atmospheres, you're going to go through connection of its electronic interference. You're getting connected with your body and ego systems and your energy cycles through your energy divisional lines of your energy fields. So once you get that, you're going to get electronic interference through the brain and the mind frequencies. So you're going to see everything through the matrix and its grids. So that's why it's crazy in the lightning storm. Because I was feeling it too when there was lightning storms here a couple of days ago. But it wasn't, a glowing mechanism of electricity bolt, which was like a whitish yellow. It was pink. Pink electricity. That's what I mean. When your perception sees the matrix, it shows the matrix in its reality of the dimensional earth. So that's how powerful it is when it communicates. When you master the multi-universe, it becomes you. And you become the matrix. Well, you'll find everything through its communication of its higher source, Eric. So it could be the Himalaya lighting. Now, are you thinking or knowing or doubting? That's what you can ask yourself. That's what I mean by mastering. If you're thinking about it, it's a question, you're not sure, then you have to go back and communicate. That's what I'm talking about moving forward. If you're not sure what it is, you're going into the doubting system. Because you're saying must have been, not it is. Right? That's the difference of knowing, of its mastering thoughts. Must have instead of it is. That's by knowing. So when you're in the thinking process, that's how it goes into its doubting system, because you're not sure. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just you have to meditate more to really, really open the concepts through the mind and the brain frequencies. That's how you get the full connection ways of becoming your true self through its light force. So yeah, everything is moving forward, Janet. It's uncircumstantial that these things happen to you, but you learn from lessons, right? And you're put into situations that you have no control of. But that's where you get your power source. That's where you get your energy source and your higher self. Everybody has a past, You just try to move on and delegate the best way you know how, through its connection force, through its mastering of its force. Everything's force today. I talk on so many different levels of its continuum through my computer analytical mind system. But it's fascinating too, because you guys are coming a lot more clear, you know? You're moving ahead. So that's interesting question, Dustin. I'm working on my protection and barriers. Just need to master mental attacks. Working to get on my way. My A game. That's true. Very true. I like being shift from I think to I feel more and more heart. Yeah, you're going to feel that energy waving heart, like being more connected. We can only control our actions and give love and understand to others for where they are at. You know, eventually everything will work out. It's controlling through its mechanism of its higher source, through its harmonic system. I'm here to balance everything through its humanity, through its vibration. And changing DNA structures is very hard to do because everybody resides on a different past through its reference of its solar system. So the solar systems that they reside on, I have to understand their vibrations. And it comes, their power source comes from their solar system because everybody's on a planet. Okay. So that's why it's hard sometimes. But yes, it's exactly taking control of your actions. But there's also other things too. You can't control other realms. Everything through its significance, through its realms, will balance out. And that's why I'm using protection grids around the galactic dimensional Earth. Now, I showed you a diagram of what the fifth dimension looks like, right? That's its energy vibration through its harmonic system. Okay? So your power comes from your energy fields through your energy cycles. When you understand your low divisions, your medium divisions, and your high divisions through its atmospheres and its connection through its large electronic interference of its space continuum, its matrix, and its communication levels of its shapes through geometric systems, you understand everything through the analytical and mind and brain frequencies. Whoa. Getting less time for videos, can't catch up on the content, going to watch Dimensional Disclosure Conference. Everything through its continuous force, Dustin, you'll find time. But the one thing that you can always find time with is meditating. So. Your communication energy waves will change its vibrations and you'll high rise to different local people. Yeah. You be on their vibration. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything is figuring things out. That's why I give you guys energy updates. That's why I give you everything through its data processing. So you formulate through its vibration and its harmonic systems. No. Trisha, that's a good question. No, there's all different communication levels. Everything through the communication, it's high rising through the stars. Remember, I was showing you the stars and its connection ways from one star to another. That's the 10th dimension. That's the 10th dimension, okay? The cube that turned into a portal, okay? How you activate it through the plasmasium force and the higher self goes through dimension, okay? And then it goes into that dimension, changes activation codes, goes through, and then it goes through another dimension, and then it goes through again. It gets tighter and tighter and smaller, okay? That's the 20th dimension, okay? So it's understanding activation codes, it's understanding code frequencies, understanding shapes through the geometric system, understanding dimensional realms, how it creates through its mind and the brain frequencies, how it's connection through the higher self, through that acceleration. We haven't even got into acceleration speed yet with you guys. We haven't even created anything through its activation, only its shape and its movement through its vibration of its harmonic system. Okay? Okay, Dustin, take it easy, eh? But yeah, Trisha, everything that I've shown you, the one thing that is in the fifth dimension is the galactic dimensional Earth. That's 5 ring barriers. That's the force fields. Yeah, that's the fifth dimension. But everything else through its portal and dimensional, that's way, way beyond its dimensions. We're talking about traveling to another parallel of a dimensional realm of a higher vibration to its harmonic system. Okay? So it's way beyond the fifth dimension. So basically, I was just showing you through the diagrams of what you can do when you master not just yourself, but your higher self, and what the higher self can do through its continuous control of its force, and how it creates a plasmesium force system through a portal of a dimension to its traveling mechanism to another dimensional realm of its portal to its activation to another parallel, right? But it's understanding activation, it's understanding acceleration, vortexing, time jump, time leap, time warp. We haven't even done that yet. So there's a lot of things that everybody has to catch up on. But everybody's got to get their breathing mechanisms first through their meditation and their control through their chakra formations before they can do anything like that. You can't go beyond if you don't understand your higher self. Trisha, yes, you have thought about way beyond your fifth dimension yet. Because you're seeing things in a different way. You're seeing things beyond what it's like to be going beyond the fifth. Trisha, is there any way to find out information on different dimensions? That's a good question. I have the answer to that. But it's too complicated, it's too complex, and different dimensions reside on different harmonic systems. Okay? You have to understand its activation codes and its frequencies through its shapes. That's the only way you get the knowledge of different dimensions. Now, Google supplies a lot of information. You can check there. But anything beyond that, you come to me. Okay? They can only show you what they have, okay, through the human DNA. But I could show you everything else because I live the galactic system, right? Every day. My mind and brain it's just the protocol is unbelievable through the envisions of its energy systems. So that's great. You're removing more filters, cleansing the body. You're hearing a lot more of its meditation, yeah, because it's breathing and it's a balance. It's good. Everything is gaining through your activation codes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Dimensions aren't dimensions. Dimensions are high rising divisional levels of higher frequencies of their harmonic system. And that's how it creates through its solar systems, planet systems, and its intelligence through its radioactive of its radio signals and its connection ways through its galaxy systems. Okay? That's the difference of dimensionals of its dimensions. Okay? So, but you have to master the higher self completely and fully before you can high rise to a dimensional realm of a higher frequency level of its harmonic systems. And that's where it's very important to meditate, to open the mind and the brain frequencies. Okay? So that's what we're here for, is to self-evolve to everything through its mastery of its ground formations, its atmosphere, space continuum, and the multiverses. So everything comes in time sequence, Tricia, so don't worry about that. But everybody's moving ahead. Everybody's moving forward, and that's what we want, right? With a little bit more understanding and a little bit more knowledge of the higher self and your communication levels, Tricia, through the matrix and its grids and everything through its atmospheres and its human behaviors, I'll let you know. Okay? I'll let you know because I understand your body and ecosystem through your energy systems. Okay? The intelligence will let me know. The involvement through your body systems will let me know. Okay? But you're on your way there. So keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to self-evolve through your higher self of all communication levels of planets, intelligence, and solar systems. Okay? Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad I can help you out. That's what I'm here for, and help everybody, get them where they want to go. Because it's very important to move forward. That's what everybody wants, right? The hardest thing you can do is balance everything. Because everybody, either they go way too far ahead or they get way too far behind and they're not sure where they're going to go. So meditate and you'll find your way. Master yourself first. Then you can master the higher self. And then the most important thing is to master communication. Because communication to its vibration is everything through its harmonic systems. So that's great. Everything is a sign. Yeah. It guides you, everything. That's true. Very true, Amanda. Very true. So I think we're good for today. I'm going to let everybody go and just be analyzed through their systems and what they need to do and how you can get full collaboration through your breathing and your meditations and understand your chakra formations. Really, really focus on that and try to get the simple things of what you need to do for your systems and how to bring yourself forward, how to move yourself forward, how to bring everything forward through its balance. Oh, thank you, Tricia. I really appreciate that. Yeah, everything's a journey. It's exactly what it is. So I hope everybody has a great day. And again, I'd like to thank all the subscribers and the viewers. You guys are fantastic. And please feel free to subscribe, like, and share as I give you more information through the galactic system and the energy core. Love you guys. Adios.